And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. Welcome to 2K Sports Live Saturday night coverage of the NBA. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team. Kevin?
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you.
Well, the Pistons, one of the more successful franchises in NBA history. 3 titles and many other trips to the NBA Finals. Only a handful of franchises can say that.
So the net starting 5. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. And it's Jordan in at the 5, down low. And for Detroit, we've got Derrick Rose. Down out there with Griffin. Then it's John Henson, and it's Kennard in at the shooting guard. Rose against Irving. Rose can't hit. And Smitty, you were talking about the Pistons, a history of success, of championships, but the last 10 years have been difficult.
Pistons have struggled the last decade. You're so right, Kevin. But this team has a track record of not staying down for long. Detroit doing what they can to return to championship contention.
And here is Irving. They really needed more from him in that loss to the Lakers. Feeds to Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
Rose with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against Memphis. Here's Henson. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
They finally hit one after missing 3 straight.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Now here's Durant. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers. LeVert, the basket good off the assist from Durant.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
Tipped away and stolen by Irving. Pass to LeVert. He's off on that one. Now the Pistons take it the other way. Come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
You know, they take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and exercise in frustration.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Here's Kennard. Last time out, he had 14 points. Henson the pass to Rose. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's LeVert. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Detroit gets called for the foul.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Well, Smitty, as we know, there's talk of playing more regular season games overseas. Good idea, or is the season hard enough as it is?
I like the balance where it is right now, Kevin. A few games you get a chance to go overseas, you know, during the season or preseason, but just add more travel, I don't know if it's a good idea.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, the brand new Little Caesars Arena here in Detroit. How are you feeling, Smitty?
GA, it's a great state-of-the-art facility. Glad the new location is in downtown Detroit. Hopefully, an iconic venue for an iconic team.
Now here's Griffin. He's coming off a 13-point game against Memphis.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them.
And slam dunk by Henson.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
The free throw off from Henson. Nets leading by 6. Irving looking over the floor. That's tipped. Here's Prince. Detroit with the rebound.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And it's Brown missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Prince dishes to Jordan. Back to Prince. Fires from deep. And the Nets miss again.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Kennard. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now, here is Irving. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's LeVert on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Good on both. Pistons trail by 6. Rose scanning the floor. Second chance shot, and Jordan sends it back.
One of the premier shot blockers in the game. DJ showing the gift off.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
Point blank, this is a bad combination. If you're looking to get stops, that's not the way. And all quarter long, it's been the same story, inconsistent with his offense.
Left side Durant, and too long on the shot. And, well, Detroit shooting pretty grave so far, about 23%. Brown inside, guarded by Prince. Brown kicks to Kennard. 6 to shoot. With a step back. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here is Rose. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Pistons trail by 13. Outside Rose. High post Henson. He's against Jordan. Kennard the pass to Henson. The kick out to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Rose dishes to Henson. Over Irving. Henson's shot is off.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
It's Prince on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Three-pointer, LeVert. The putback. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul. Akers checked in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for the Nets. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you're seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays. You know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Detroit with the ball. Following the bucket by the Nets. Pulls it up. And that's off the glass and in.
Derrick Rose inside is a treat to watch because watch how high he gets off the floor.
Nets leading by 13. Outside Irving. Down low. Here's Durant. Second shot opportunity, and Jordan with the nice inside bucket. Jordan's got his third bucket of the night.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Now Rose. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Out to the right wing. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got rebound number 8 now on the night. To the inside. Here's KD. Jordan controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 17.
What I like about that play, DeAndre Jordan not just looking to corral the miss, he's looking to finish the job.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's his first foul. And a different look here for the Pistons. Wood, he's checked in for John Henson. Dumboya comes in for Brown. Tony Snell's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jordan McRae in for Rose. Then for the Nets, Jared Allen comes in for Kevin Durant. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Here's Wood. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. To the middle, here's Maker. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's McRae. He's covered by Irving. McRae kicks to Dumboya. Here's Wood. A three-pointer is right on target.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Irving. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Doumbouya with it. Harris is there. McRae passes to Doumbouya. Here's Maker. That shot is off.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Harris inside the line. Rebound, Detroit.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. Rodion Kurucs comes in for Kyrie Irving. Here's McRae. Kicks to Snell. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And so he hits the technical free throw. Here's McRae. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Allen with the rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn. No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Yeah, he's a one-man show in transition. Impressive play, taking it right to the rim.
Now here's Dinwiddie. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Chandler got it. Good job in the low post. And Greg, safe to say Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Here's McRae. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. And here is Doumbouya. He's coming off a 10-point game against Memphis. Clock is at 3. Fires for 3. And there's the bucket from McRae.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. It's a 10-point game. Harris outside. From deep. No good. Shot missing. The Pistons go the other way with it.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
A willing passer who's still learning. Maker keeps his eyes up and makes the unselfish play.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The pass to Harris. Rebound, Detroit. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Snell kicks to McRae. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets leading by 8. Pass to Kurucs. Shoots over Doumbouya. Cans the 12-footer.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Knocked away. And here's the fast break. Ahead, here's Allen, and Allen slams it in.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last trip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. And so it's Brooklyn with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we could play big, we could play small, we can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to continue to keep getting better.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They just been the better team so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Brooklyn now, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Harris. And there's Jared Allen. Then it's Wilson Chandler. And it's Caruge in at the small forward. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Pistons. Here's Caruge. Shot clock at 6. No good on the triple. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. McRae, no good. Brooklyn leading by 11. Dinwiddie outside. From 13. And that one is off. And Detroit the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Harris inside, lays it up and banks it in. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's McRae. To the paint, and Detroit with another turnover here. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets.
And for that Raptors game, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Snell. Passes it to Wood. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Nets leading by 13. Inside, here's Chandler, and he gets it to go.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Doumbouya. Here's McRae. And here's Doumbouya. Here's Griffin. And it's sent back by Allen.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Dinwiddie passes to Chandler. Shoots over Griffin. That's good from Chandler on the assist by Dinwiddie. And that's now 6 points for Wilson Chandler. Here's McRae. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Doumbouya. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh, Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Smitty, every team has its leaders, either official or unofficial. What's expected, in your opinion, out of a team captain?
Well, I think leadership. I mean, also have the same, I guess, voice of the coaching staff and organization, and also the voice of winning. I think if you have a leader that can do that, sometimes that leader's vocal, sometimes that leader leads by example, but you usually know who that is.
That free throw, no good. For the Pistons, John Henson's checked in for Wood. Luke Kennard comes in for Tony Snell. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for McRae. And then for Brooklyn, Durant's checked in for Chandler. Taurean Prince comes in for Rodions Kurucs. And it's LeVert in for Harris. He hits the second from the line. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Dinwiddie with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the inside. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And the Nets lead by 18.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Here's Griffin. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. Shoots over KD, and he can't bank that one in.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
There's the pass to LeVert. Tries again. And that one barely misses as he draws contact. 2 free throws coming up. The Nets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws. 81% as a team.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. Brown is checked in for Detroit. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Irving's checked in. And he can't hit the second. Pistons trail by 19. Now here's Brown. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Rose against Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They get the rebound. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Durant, no good.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Griffin can't get it to go in.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Outside, KD. With the fadeaway. And that one, good. KD's got 8.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for Detroit. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Brown finds Griffin. Pass to Rose. Irving with the steal. An easy 2 points on the layup. Irving's got his first bucket of the night.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
This Pistons squad struggling. Now Rose. Shot to stop the run, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Kevin Durant.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Blake Griffin. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. It makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Smitty, I heard this the other day, letting a player stay in the game after his 6th foul, but granting an extra free throw to the other team. What do you think of that?
Kevin, that's crazy. I mean, no way. I knew you'd say that. I knew you would say that. I do summer league games, and I watched this 10 fouls. There's no way we could have had that many fouls when I played. We have to keep it at 6 foul, and you're out.
And here's Rose. Brown outside. Passes it to Henson. Back to Brown. Trying his luck from deep. Hits it from three-point range. Brown's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
And you know he was going to try to respond. Those threes canceling each other out perfectly. He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
So it's Detroit now. Here is Rose to the middle. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Griffin's got 4 points this quarter.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
Pass to LeVert. Jordan kicks to Irving. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And here's Griffin following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving to the left side wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Kennard. LeVert defending, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Detroit making a switch here. Makers checked in.
Maker.
Brooklyn's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Outside, KD. Jordan trying to free himself up. No good from Durant.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Rose with the ball. Poke loose. It's Prince on the wing. That one drops for him. Prince has got 5 points so far.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Fourth, DeAndre Jordan.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Every one of them possesses a great touch around the basket. When they receive the ball in good position in the paint, it is just about automatic.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
A bad outing offensively. You break that game down, their issues were pretty clear.
You know, it started off poor execution at the top of the list for me, and that typically leads to a low field goal percentage.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Kevin Durant. Putting up about 24 points per, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yes, night in and night out, he's their go-to option. He accepts that responsibility and thrives at it.
Now here's Rose. At the top of the key, Maker. Back to Rose. Now here's Maker, defended by Durant. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots it up. The good-looking shot from the wing. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Irving dishes to Jordan. And Henson sends it back. A pull-up. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Jordan. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 11th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season. Here's KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Detroit Pistons. Dishes to Henson. And there's the pass to Kennard. Left side, Brown. No good from the wing.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait. But you can't blame him.
A nice shot by LeVert.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Knocked loose and stolen by Irving. In transition, here come the Nets. Lobs it up for Jordan. It's stolen by Maker. Irving against Rose. 1:51 left in the first half of basketball.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Here's KD following the bucket by the Pistons, and he makes that one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Some solid defense there from KD. Brooklyn's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Count that bucket. 9 points for Kyrie Irving.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Rose. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Brooklyn with the ball after the basket by Detroit and the foul on John Henson. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that's his 3rd foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Christian Woods checked in for Henson. Tony Snell comes in for Luke Kennard. And McRae subbed in for Rose. And then for Brooklyn, Wilson Chandler's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Karis LeVert. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And finished off by KD.
Phenomenal concentration by Durant. Physical play is not going to throw him off.
So it's Detroit now. Here's McRae. "11 seconds left to play in the first half. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from the wing. Great D that time from Irving. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. Willing his team to a successful quarter performance. He seemed to stop at nothing to push the momentum. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Brooklyn's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. They've got Kennard, John Henson out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown, and it's Rose in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
The Nets have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Shooting one.
And for all the developments Jordan's made to his game, free throw shooting remains a challenge.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Jordan. Prince in the corner. The three. It's hauled in by Brown.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Back at Baylor, Taurean Prince didn't start until his senior season, Smitty. What a surprise lottery pick that summer of 2016.
His frame, Kevin, and athleticism, he's NBA ready. And the work ethic to continue his development.
And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot. is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
One shot. You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
Now here's Durant. Pass to LeVert. Shot on the wing. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. LeVert's got 15 points. Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Outside Rose to the right side. Here's Griffin. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Irving. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
First personal foul.
And Smitty, that aggressiveness from Kennard, that's what the team wants from him.
He's a big part of their future. They need that from him. He may not be their #1 or #2 scorer, but he can be a very solid option off the bench or as a starter.
Shooting one.
And that one falls for Irving.
I mean, it's so impressive. Kyrie's scoring ability. Terrific shot maker, obviously gets to the line, converts at a high rate.
Now here's Rose. Irving with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's LeVert, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Rose against KD. Rose passes to Griffin. Over Irving. Griffin's shot is off.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And then Durant with the dunk.
It looks like a toy hoop for him. KD throws down with ease.
Here's Rose. He feeds it to Griffin. Back to Rose. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
And if you don't, they keep finding the matchup every time up the floor.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Outside Griffin. And another three for Detroit.
I am happy for Blake Griffin. He has increased his range year in and year out.
Irving against Rose. Outside for Jordan. Outside Irving. Back to Jordan. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Jordan's got 15.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Pistons have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's LeVert. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Clearly a foul.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
LeVert at the line for 2.
That free throw missing. Doomboy is checked in for Brown. And then for Brooklyn, Jared Allen's checked in for Durant. Rodions Kurucs comes in for Taurean Prince. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And he sinks the second. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Passes to Rose. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it's Kurucs missing. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Doomboy with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Allen, that's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Rose. Pass to Griffin. 5 to shoot. Excellent D there from Allen. The Nets have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Here's Kurucs. Left side, Jordan. Here's Allen. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Griffin looking around. Rose against Dinwiddie. Rose, no good.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
That one good for 2.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Assist goes to Karis LeVert.
Detroit's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Griffin finds Rose. Out to the right wing. Trying to get something going. Rebounded by the Nets. Jordan's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Stolen by Rose. Rose with another miss.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Jordan, that's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 6 assists here tonight.
Earning every dollar of that big contract tonight. Jordan's been a force on both ends.
The pass to Griffin. Over Allen. A nice shot by Griffin. Griffin's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a solid shot for him.
Here's Kurucs. LeVert with a wide open look. Jordan kicks to Allen. Over to the left wing. And it's Kurucs missing. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now the feed to Griffin. Tries again. And the layup is good. Griffin's got 11 points.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Pass to Kurucs. Passes it to LeVert. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good. Now Rose. He kicks it to Doomboy. Got a piece of it. Outside Griffin. Just 4 to shoot. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because He is just not there offensively. Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
Here's Kennard. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Griffin. And here's Rose. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. He's got 6.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Allen. He's got 5. Over in the corner, Kurucs. And Sekou Doumbouya is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. And a different look here for the Pistons. Makers checked in for John Henson. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Tony Snell's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jordan McRae in for Derrick Rose. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Karis LeVert. And the 6'6" point guard Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
First one falls for him. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And with Thon Maker still a developing project, you forget, you know, Smitty, how young he really is.
You're right, Kevin. Has a lot of time ahead of him. You can see the touch and the length he has. Hopefully, he can keep working and put it all together.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. The pass to Jordan. Left block shot on the way. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game. Here's McRae. Pass to Maker. Over Jordan. Maker misses. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Allen dishes to Chandler. Stolen by Doumbouya. From the arc. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Harris passes to Jordan. Shoots. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's McRae. Pass to Maker. 1:57 left in the third. And it goes down 2 points. McRae has got 5 now.
Excellent read by Maker. That pass on time and on point.
Dinwiddie with it. 5 points in the game. Tries it from 9. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got his 4th rebound in this one. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now, here's Doumbouya. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Clock at 6. From deep 3-point range, Allen with the rebound.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Here's McCray. 5 points in the game. Pass to Wood. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Chandler leading the charge. Kicks it to Harris. Fires the three. That one no good. And the Pistons now going the other way. Now Doumbouya. And the pass to McCray. Pass to Doumbouya. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Passes it to Harris. Three-pointer. That one doesn't drop. And so it's DeAndre Jordan making things happen for Brooklyn. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. Back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Nets getting the fourth quarter going. Joe Harris is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Claxton in at the center position. Here's Snell. Pass to McCray. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Snell, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Fades back. Rebound by the Pistons. Wood's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Knight dishes to Maker. And players now, Steve, more able to dictate where they want to play. How has free agency changed since you came into the NBA?
I think the signing of shorter contracts, Kevin, guys with player options. And then I think also for a lot of players, they're not taking as much money, leaving money on the table because the endorsement deals off the court is making up for some of their money on the court.
Brooklyn with the ball. Brandon Knight missing his last shot. Here's Claxton. Open and close and nails it. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Stolen. Temple to pass to Musa. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Assist from Garrett Temple.
And so Knight will bring it up for the Pistons. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Down low, here's Maker, and the dunk by Maker.
You can fall in love with floating around the perimeter. I like it when Maker attacks the rim.
Here's Temple. He kicks it to Harris. Here's Musa. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Chandler. Rebounded by the Pistons. Wood's got 7 rebounds in the game. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Harris. Temple the pass to Chandler. And the dunk by Chandler.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Here's McCray. following the bucket by the Nets. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. 6 on the shot clock. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, if those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education, I love that type of compensation.
He misses the free throw. Steve, for players, success brings so many opportunities, but sometimes the glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle get in the way of success on the basketball court.
You know it does, Kevin. A lot of these guys have a lot of things going off the court, and you want to encourage that. It's just when anything off the court starts to affect on the court, then it becomes a problem. Some guys can handle it from the beginning. Others need to mature before they can find that balance.
Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now the pass to Temple. Here's Claxton. Fade away. That one off the back iron and out. Here's Galloway. It's good from about 19 feet. Galloway has got his first 2 points of the night.
A good mid-range shooter. Galloway just taking what the defense allows.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Blake Griffin is checked in for Detroit.
For the Pistons, back on the floor.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Knight looking it over. To the inside. Hangs in the air, and Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got 9 points here in the second half.
With a smile on Blake's face, it looks like he enjoys having contact before he shoots.
Irving kicks to Temple. Off target from three-point range. Knight against Irving. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
There were a lot of ways he could have finished that one, but he's decided to keep it classy with the finger roll.
Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. You think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Inside, Griffin with the steal. And here is Knight. To the wing on the left. From 17 feet out. Wood can't hit. Brooklyn in control. Here's Temple. Out to the wing. Caruch passes to Claxton. Shoots over Griffin. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here are the Pistons. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Here's Knight. And Irving pulls it down. Irving's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Temple. Griffin grabs the board. Knight wide open. Detroit, no good that time either.
Defensively, it's hard to account for everything. They gambled off him, and it worked.
Pass to Temple. We know, Steve, the NBA looking at lowering the draft eligibility age from 19 to 18. The one-and-dones would be gone. You like the move?
I do like the move, Kevin. I would just love to have a lot of things in place for these younger guys, whether they're 18, 19, Some guys at 25, just something in place to help these guys, especially with some of the things they're having problems with off the court and also financially. Have some kind of third eye to be able to help these guys.
And this is where the G League comes into play, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Well, Langston Galloway, not the most efficient scorer, but he'll eat minutes for you.
Yeah, Galloway not a player you want taking a ton of shots overall, but he can hit from outside if you give him a look. That's really his best shot.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. Passes it to Karuch. Here's Claxton. Outside Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. Knight in the corner. To the paint. A nice shot by Mikhailuk.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
It's the Nets now. Irving passes to Claxton. Basket good. Claxton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And so it's Detroit with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Griffin. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
People wondered how happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from LA to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise.
And the Pistons making a change here. Doomboy is checked in. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Griffin. Back to Galloway. Outside Knight for 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the 3.
Knight against Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. Four on the clock. Here's Temple. Detroit with the rebound.
And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
Mikhailuk can't get it to go. Brooklyn in control. Dinwiddie attacking. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Brandon Knight. Well, so the league's unveiled a new way for fans to watch. 99 cents. You get a 10-minute viewing pass for every out-of-market game. That's something.
I love it, Kevin, because I think a lot of times with social media, people are start talking about a game, and you can jump right in and get a chance to catch the most important part of the game.
And making it so affordable.
Yes, indeed. 99 cents. That sounds good to me.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Doomboy with it. To the middle. Griffin down low. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Shooting 1.
You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
One shot.
Well, free throw drops for Griffin. NBA gets headlines daily. You know it does, Smitty? Around the calendar, there's no off season, but does the added scrutiny put more pressure, you think, on the players?
Yeah, I think it does. I think now you look at it, everybody wants to see what you're doing in the off season. And 24/7, you look at it right now, everybody has a camera phone, and everybody is looking for the stars, what they're doing off the court.
Second team foul. At the line for the Nets, Janan Musa. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. And here's Knight. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Well, we were just talking about this, Steve, as the game of basketball always evolves. You look at the WNBA now. The quality of play there is terrific.
The talent level in the WNBA is at an all-time high. I love watching and gaining some tricks on how they play the game. And also, Kevin, athletically, there's a lot of young ladies being able to dunk the basketball now.
Absolutely amazing. You're right, Steve.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Dinwiddie. Here's Musa. And again, it's the Nets missing. Now Griffin. Galloway taking his time here. Back to Griffin. Pass to Mikhailuk. The tray. Rebounded by Temple. The Nets shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%. Not playing with as much energy here lately. Well, we see these sponsorship patches on these uniforms now, Steve. This is the third and final year of the test run. I think it's here to stay. What do you think?
I do too. I think the numbers have also coincided that it's here to stay. I think also the revenue. I think people love it, and I think the sponsorship helps.
And the first one drops. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Detroit's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Griffin dishes to Doumbouya. Here's Mikhailuk. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Here's Karuch. Launches a three. Blake Griffin pulls it in. The Pistons have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Brooklyn's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for DeAndre Jordan.
No, there's a few ways to control a game, right? You can do it with pace, you can do it with patience and efficiency. Tonight, he did it by owning the boards.
Now here's Griffin looking to end the run. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. 41 seconds left in the game. Here's Temple, and the shot goes down.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Here's Knight after the basket by Brooklyn. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
When you think of low post scores, you got to put Griffin down there. Yes, he likes to face up, but with his back to the basket, he's pretty good as well as drawing fouls.
And that one misses. Good on the second free throw.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Musa. 5 to shoot. For the three. It doesn't go for him. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. With DeAndre Jordan, you were a big factor inside tonight. How important was it to control the paint?
You know, we just wanted to set the tone defensively for our team. We knew that they had some great guards who, really penetrate and break defenses down.
Well, you took a lot of that away, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. We'll see you later.